Hello again, everyone. Larry Matson with you. Glad to have you with us. We're outside of Brewbacher's here for another edition of Sports Scene Live. Glad to have you with us. Don't forget to pick up your football preview. This is good all year long. It's good. It's got pictures of the teams, it's got the rosters, it's got the schedules, and it's good for the whole season. But every week we come out with an issue that gets you up to date with the previous game that was played and a look forward to the next game to be played, like this one. So be sure to pick these up. They're free, and it'll keep you up to date. We've got a homecoming queen coming up, a special guest. We've got players of the week, and we've got some coaches. So stay with us.
Are your brakes squeaking? Is your car sputtering? Take it to Rossi Automotive. Their computer diagnostic test will locate the problem, and they'll do the necessary repairs and get you back on the road at Rossi Automotive.
Diversified Materials and Consulting is home for safety equipment and welding supplies for contractors. Stop in at 14361 Highway 44 in Gonzales or give them a call. Call Daryl or Susan Roden for all your supply needs. Gronyard's Furniture on Railroad Avenue in Donaldsonville has been backing area teams for over 60 years. For all your furniture and appliance needs, visit Gronyard's at 622 Railroad Avenue in Donaldsonville. Phone 473-8532.
At All About Insurance, we sell insurance, but customer service is our business. With over 35 years of experience, you can count on Sherry and Melinda. Visit them at their new location at 417 Burnside Avenue, Gonzales. See FOT Financial Services for all your money needs. They have loans for any worthwhile purpose: auto, furniture, appliance, home improvement, and vacation loans. Celebrating over 50 years of service, FOT Financial Services. Two of the best companies in the concrete business have joined forces to give you a high-quality product on time. Ask for an estimate, and Quality Concrete will give you the best prices and best product. Quality Concrete in Prairieville. See Gonzales Military for a big selection of kids' camo and cold weather gear. They carry clothes, rain gear, rubber boots, headgear, belts, and more. Gonzales Military, just off Burnside across from Lamandola's. Bertrand's Pharmacy has been providing personal medication counseling for over 30 years. Andy and Jeannie Bertrand, registered pharmacists, honor many prescription plans. Bertrand's is open Monday through Saturday. Phone 644-5641. Hebert Steel Incorporated, Gonzales and Baton Rouge, offers structural steel fabrication. Hebert Steel is a proud supporter of all high school sports in this area. Phone 644-5316 or 291-2144. Bro Welding and Industrial Supply prides themselves on same-day delivery. Customer service is our #1 priority. They deliver on time, every time. Bro Company, serving the area for over 30 years. On the web at broco.com. Glaze Air is your Rheem Pro partner for repair and replacement specialist. Call your local trusted name when it comes to heating and air. Glaze Heating and Air, 266-7371. Church Funeral Services offers a compassionate, affordable funeral with the funeral held in your own home or house of worship. We're here in your time of need. Church Funeral Services, Santa Ma, Walker, and Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to Brewbacher's outside here today, and we're talking with Darnell Lee, once again the top guy at EA, Mr. EA. A tough one to go on for. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we gave ourselves a chance. We were in position and didn't capitalize on opportunities.
And that's a key factor in any ball game, isn't it? Yeah.
You're playing good teams, you can't make those types of mistakes. But our kids are getting better every week. We're seeing improvement. Like I said, we have I think 17 seniors starting, and roughly about 6 or 7 of them were JV guys last year. So they're getting valuable experience right now, and we just hope to peak at the right time.
They're growing, and you're at the mid-season point now, and you're getting toward the district play, and it's almost like starting over again with district play, isn't it?
Yeah, we have one more week. We go to De La Salle this week, and then we start district next week. But we've been, I guess you can say, we've been just remaining positive and seeing some growth from our kids. the things we're not seeing is like we're not making the same mistakes twice. Every week is another landmine, and before we can take our foot off of it, you got to defuse it, learn from it, and then move forward.
Do you see an attitude that your team has? I mean, as far as confidence building?
I see it. They know we're getting better. It's just, it's frustrating when you can't get that win, but, the competition, I mean, they're not going to lay down for you. They're playing to win, and we've been fortunate enough to play some good ball clubs that are like I said, preparing us for the stretch run.
Can a coach develop a competitive spirit, or does that come from peer pressure of your teammates?
I think that competitive spirit is natural. It's something that you either have or you don't. Now, we can surround you with guys who have it, and sometimes it'll rub off, sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, our kids, you're not starting at EA if you're not a competitor. But like I said, with what we're facing every week, and the way our coaches are planning, and I feel like we're getting better at the right time.
EA you got a program that's been established and has done very well, and I would think that a senior finally gets his chance to play almost, because a lot of schools have freshmen and sophomores playing a lot, but a school that's established like you have been, it takes a while, several years before you develop that opportunity to be a starter.
Sometimes, but then again, sometimes we have a kid that, the seniority doesn't trump. Like we tell them, you don't inherit a position, you have to earn it.
Right.
So just because the guy in front of you was a senior last year don't mean you're going to be a starter this year. And we've had freshmen, even sophomores, come in and beat out a senior for a starting job, but if you have that job, you earned it.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. All right, Coach, how do you approach practice this week? You had a short. First of all, you have a Thursday game.
Right.
Talk about that a little bit.
Everything moves up a day. So we had the kids in Saturday. We normally we'll watch that Friday night film on Saturday, and they won't touch the Monday film, the next game's film until Monday. But this time, we watched our game film from Friday night, Saturday, and then we started on De La Salle on Saturday also. So everything just kind of speeds up a little bit more. We're going to install on Monday, and then actually start implementing our game plan to it with the kids.
When you say look at film, do you look at your team's film as far as what they did, or do you look at the opponent's film, or both?
You have to scout yourself and your opponent. That opponent's scouting you as well. So
yeah.
Whatever you did wrong last week, if you've been doing that for the last 3 weeks, you best believe they'll be ready for it. So they're gonna take advantage of any kind of mistakes you have, and the most important thing is to just become a better ball team every day.
No chances you're going to switch to a single wing or Notre Dame box or some crazy thing like that.
We have gone to a goal line set. Like we played Destrehan, and we opened up with a goal line offense, and we ran it down their throats, went 80 yards with it. We liked it, so it's a part of our package now. But we're still that 20 personnel team.
Whatever works, you stay with it, right?
You have to. You have to.
Yeah. You are at the halfway point. Do you change up anything at all as far as, or do you add new plays, or do you just try to perfect the plays that you already do have?
I think at this point you start pulling out the eraser and not the pencil. You kind of know what you're good at by now, and start focusing on that identity.
You say this play, we're just knocking that one out. We're not using that anymore.
Yeah, it hasn't been very successful for us, so there's no need to run that anymore. Just try to get better and get our kids comfortable with what we're doing, and you want them to be able to react more than think. So.
How much of a checkoff does a quarterback have when he comes up to the line?
Our sophomore, none. We'll freeze him at the line. Our coaches will make the checks. Now eventually he'll get to a point to where he can, but not doing that right now with a sophomore.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what, this is it's been an interesting season, and I know it's been difficult for you to go through this as a player, as a coach. I mean, at some time in your career, that's going to happen for you. I mean, it's going to happen where you have adversity.
And, experience is the best teacher. I've been through this before. In fact, my first year at East Ascension, we went 0-6, and that's not the plan. But, you do a lot of gut checking and self-evaluation, and eventually you tend to get it right if you stay the course.
Player of the Week Award. Our corporate sponsor is Cooper's Pharmacy. Well, Taj Washington is our Offensive Player of the Week. He led all rushers with 74 yards on 18 carries. He had quite a game.
Yes, sir. The game was pretty easy when your offensive line blocks good. All you have to do is just hit the hose.
There you go. Makes it easy when you got good blocking, huh? And on the defensive side, Tanner Stanga is our Player of the Week. You had a good game despite the loss to Destrehan.
Yes, sir. I was just sticking to my keys, making sure I held my responsibility, and then when the ball was across the line of scrimmage, I just rallied to the ball and tried to make every tackle that I could.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together, offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner, and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste a great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You've got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you've got it made.
Sanama Muffler and Brake has been serving the Sanama area for many years, doing exhaust work, brake tune-ups, air conditioning, and general auto repair. Call Sanama Muffler for all of your repair needs. 644-2564. Papera & Sons is the place to go for all your building material needs. Since 1938, they've been providing quality lumber and building materials, free estimating, and prompt delivery. Papera & Sons, Airline Highway, Gonzales.
Everywhere we go, people want to know
who we are.
So we tell them, we're Cypress Roofing. Everywhere we go, people want to know. People want to know who we are, so we tell them. We're Cypress Roofing. We're Cypress Roofing.
Call us today for your free evaluation.
Josh?
Call today, 225-450-5507.
Industrial and Marine Valve is proud to support local athletics. They offer valve, pumps, and repair services. Located at 11468 Highway 431 in Sanama. Phone 644-9220. If you've been in an accident, Guillory's Collision Center will assist you to obtain a rental car with your insurance company and cut through all the red tape. They're honest people that care about your total satisfaction. Call Guillory's today. Your UPS store in Prairieville is your one-stop shop for printing, shipping, and mailboxes. They're located behind Raising Cane's off the Airline Highway in the Ultima Plaza. Phone 774-8777. Bro Welding and Industrial Supply prides themselves on same-day delivery. Customer service is our #1 priority. They deliver on time, every time. Bro Company, serving the area for over 30 years. On the web at broco.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gray Bailey, and I love dentistry and taking great care of our patients. Our new scanner takes 3D impressions to use for clear braces, dentures, partials, and same-day crowns and bridges. In other words, we invest in these fancy tools and stay innovative so our patients have a comfortable and more enjoyable dental experience. Reach out to our office today. We'd love to use the latest technology to help take better care of you and your family.
Church Funeral Services offers a compassionate, affordable funeral with the funeral held in your own home or house of worship. We're here in your time of need. Church Funeral Services, Sanama, Walker, and Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to Brewbachers, everyone. Every week we talk about the football guide and the previews that we have that is good for the entire football season. But don't forget, every week you can pick up your sports scene. This one's got the headline, DHS and Sanama remain unbeaten. That's from a week ago, but it's still good. They're still undefeated, but you still can pick up the latest one all over town. So, Coach, 28-22 is a tough ball game. Opelousas is pretty good, huh?
They're very good. You know, they were ranked, 10th in the state and in 4A, and they're physical, they're fast, they're well coached. You know, former EA assistant Jimmy Zachary is the head coach there, so there's some familiarity. But it was a good win for our Gators.
Coach O, David Oliver, the head coach, athletic director at Sanama. You had a lot of big plays. In fact, you had a block kick. Talk about that too.
I thought the game kind of turned on that. You know, we started off kind of behind the in our own end from a field position standpoint. We mishandled the kickoff and started inside our 5 and gave up a safety. Then on our second possession, we had a holding on the punt return that ended up putting us inside the 5. And so we were really looking at a long field, and it was 8-0. They scored and got a 2-point conversion, or they got the safety and we stopped the 2-point conversion. So it was 8-0, and then, towards the middle or late second quarter, we forced them to punt in their own end, and Braxton Spike came off the end and blocked it. And then we got our ball at like the 30, their 30, and we were able to punch it in. It was 8-8, and that was the score at halftime. And then all of a sudden, coming into the second half, we got hot on offense. But it was a great defensive and special team performance by the Gators.
Now you talk about your team getting hot at halftime. A lot of that goes into what you do at halftime, and that's coaching. So maybe you could comment a little bit about what you talked about at halftime.
Well, we just talked about the things we talked about all week that we're going to have to do we're going to have to make a big play on special teams, which we did check. We're going to have to play with discipline and, not have silly penalties and make sure our eyes and our steps and all this is where they're going to be. And then the biggest thing we got to do is execute. We got good game plans. We think this is one of my favorite game plans we've had in my 16 years as the head coach. It'll work, but, we need the players to bring it to life. You don't win a game with pencil and paper in a coach's office. Somebody's got to bring that to life, and our players did in the second half. Really defensively the whole game, but offensively they started to execute, and we popped a bunch of big plays and ended up scoring and one more than they did, and that's what constitutes a win.
Longest tenured coach at Santa Ma, and the winningest coach, 96 wins now for at Santa Ma. You're closing in on 100. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I do want to mention that each week, as long as it keeps going up.
Yeah, that's the goal, you know what I mean? Is to grow as a football team and to keep getting better. It's homecoming this week. We're playing Jefferson Rise. It's a school that I don't know much about, that I think normally we wouldn't play them and they wouldn't play us, but we were initially scheduled to play Helen Cox and contractually scheduled, and then as you know, the Jefferson Parish School Board shut down Helen Cox and sent all those kids to John Ehret. And they shut down Grace King also, so that left us with a hole in our schedule. And the only school that didn't have a game in week 5 in the state of Louisiana was this Jefferson Rise. So they agreed to play us, and so we're going to play them. They're a 2A school out of New Orleans area, Jefferson Parish, and so that'll be our homecoming game on Friday night.
All right, that's interesting. I read in the paper this week that next month, October, there's going to be some meetings, and that the select, non-select issue is going to come up again. Can you comment a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I just know kind of what you know. I know that the executive committee had a meeting late this last week where they decided that they were going to have another meeting where they would listen to, opinions on the definition of select and non-select, which, for all of us, there's a lot riding on that because, they have playoff formats for the old definition of select and non-select, and then the definition that they adopted last year, they have another playoff system for that, which is 28 teams qualify. The previous one was 32 teams, and then one of the things that they're going to try to propose is that they put the entire association back together like it hasn't been since 2012 or 2013 when the split happened. In other words, there would be no more split. So it's going to be an interesting couple weeks around the LHSA. There's lawyers involved, legal teams. Who knows how it'll turn out? And
the possibility is then that you'd have one state champion and not a select state champion and not
correct. And so then under the old, if you went back to the original 2013 plan, there would be 5 state champs. So there'd be 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and single A, which would be different than the 9 that we currently have, I think. We have all those A's, and then we have, it's Select Division 1, Select Division 2, non-Select Division 1.
Is the biggest stumbling block recruiting in that sort of situation? Is that?
Yeah, I think that's part of it, and this, I don't think there's any perfect situation. There's a fine line, that, as they say, between, keeping your school active with students and so forth, and then recruiting other people's students. So I don't know what the answer to that is, but I think that definitely led to some of the split in the first place.
Well, I hope they get it worked out. I like one champion, but I'm old school. That's just the way I look at it. We look forward to talking to you some more next time, and let's keep that perfect record going.
Player of the Week Award. Our corporate sponsor is Santa Ma Muffler, and our plaque sponsor is the Care Chemical Group. Well, on the offensive side of the ball, Tyree Williams had a great game. Tell us about it.
Well, I showed up with my team, and with the help of my teammates, my offensive line, and Chelsea Kelly, I was able to come out with a win and get the Player of the Week.
All right. And on the defensive side, our Player of the Week is Braxton Trabo. Well, the Gators are playing well at home. Tell us about what you contributed.
A big part of this game was kind of getting turnovers and letting the offense take back the ball and get it in the hands of playmakers like Tyree. And defense just hold our own and keep them stopped.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner. And check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste a great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You've got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you've got it made.
Sanama Muffler and Brake has been serving the Sanama area for many years, doing exhaust work, brake, tune-ups, air conditioning, and general auto repair. Call Sanama Muffler for all of your repair needs. 644-2564. Community Steel on Highway 44 Gonzales offers sheet metal, trim, tubing, channel, purlin, and metal buildings. For your next project, there's only one place to remember: Community Steel, 647-2020. DeLone Supermarket says live local, shop local. These days, save even more on food at DeLoneSupermarket.com. Look for digital coupons online. Save time, shop online at DeLone Supermarket in Sanama.
Whatever your car is doing, we'll check it out and fix it right.
Amco Transmissions on Corsi Boulevard in Baton Rouge, 752-0081.
AA MCO.
Church Funeral Services offers a compassionate, affordable funeral with the funeral held in your own home or house of worship. We are here in your time of need. Church Funeral Services, Sanama, Walker, and Baton Rouge. Looking for a crystal clean job on your vehicle? The only place to get your car, truck, RV, or boat cleaned properly is Crystal Thornton Mobile Cleaning Service. Phone 354-5104.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We've got a very special guest today. Replacing the coach, we've got the Dutchtown Homecoming Queen, Raquel Velez. And Raquel, congratulations, first of all, Homecoming Queen. And what year are you?
2023 Homecoming Court. Graduating class 2024.
So you're a senior?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you had a large homecoming court this year.
Yeah, it was pretty large. It was full of great girls, really great girls.
What was the process of you becoming homecoming queen? In other words, how did you develop that to get to become homecoming queen?
Well, you had to get nominated by a club you were in. I got nominated by Beta Club and Student Council at my school. And then from there, the student body votes on who they want to make up the court. There's like 16 or 17 girls that were picked from the nominations. Yeah. And we made up the court. And then for Homecoming Queen, the seniors voted on the court and who they wanted to be queen.
Well, that is super. I know, this is something that you'll remember the rest of your life. And it's something that you'll have the rest of your life. 5 years, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're still homecoming queen. That's what's amazing about it. How do you feel about it? Maybe comment a little bit about becoming homecoming queen.
I'm really excited about it. I was really surprised to get it. I wasn't thinking I was going to get it at all. I was kind of just hoping to I was just excited to be on the court. I think most of the girls were just excited to be on the court, and none of us were really expecting to win. And I was like, well, I don't go to parties. I was telling my mom that, so no. And she was getting like kind of excited, and I was like, no, I don't go to parties. I don't socialize as much. But I guess my club involvement really did it for me because I ended up.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, I plan on going to either Georgia Tech or Tulane University and major in biomed, engineering, pre-med.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did Georgia Tech pop up? That's
Well,
interesting.
Georgia Tech is #1 for biomed engineering.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
I played baseball at Auburn, and my first hit was against Georgia Tech.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, that was fun. I guess when you become homecoming queen, and next year you'll have to come back now for sure, because you have to be here to present the queen or crown and all that sort of thing. Talk a little bit about that, being able to come back. I mean, you understand that's what the excitement will be. I mean, it's fun now, but I think it's going to be more exciting for
When
you
you
in the
come
future
back,
when you come back and being a former queen.
Yeah, that's actually really exciting, but I'm expecting to come back to Dutchtown, like regardless, because I am student council president, so I have to come back and plan reunions and stuff. So the school involvement for my future will be big. So I'm definitely excited to come back for the homecoming football game next year.
So you're very involved in school activities and
Yes, sir.
things like that, which is good. I think that's important to be. But do you play sports at all, or anything like that?
No sports. I do band, student council, beta,
Oh, and a lot of
Spanish
clubs
club,
and
science
things like
club,
that.
robotics. Mu Alpha Theta, that's competitive. So
That is super. That is great. The when you're homecoming queen, you've got a lot of responsibilities. Maybe you can comment a little bit about that. Some of the things you have to do now.
I think it's not much of an adjustment from what I usually do. I think I'm pretty involved. The only difference, I think, is just setting more of an example, and like I'm already president of student council, so I kind of have to set the example.
Well, you stay busy.
And yeah, I stay busy, so I think I just want to lean more towards more community service, getting back into that, and maybe more public speaking.
We're here today at Dutchtown High School to present our Player of the Week award. Our corporate sponsor this week is Diaz Tire Company in Gonzales. Dutchtown Offensive Player of the Week is Jaden Green this week. The Griffins won their 8th straight homecoming. Congratulations. Tell us what you did.
Really, it was about being able to run the ball on a team that has a pretty good defensive front, taking advantage of the looks they were giving us, being able to just execute what we did in practice.
All right. And on the defensive side of the ball, Highland Rentz helped the Griffins limit Covington to just 97 yards of offense. In the last 2 games, they were back-to-back shutouts, so defense is doing a pretty good job.
Yes, sir. I just, first time starting, just let Coach told me I could play and took my advantage and ran with it.
We're here today at St. James High School to present our Player of the Week award. Our corporate sponsor is St. James Parish Hospital. The plaque sponsor is St. James Therapy. Well, this week, Kobe Brown receives the Player of the Week award. Well, you had 11 receptions before last week's game for 225 yards. Things are going pretty good for you.
Yes, sir. I had 7 receptions for 88 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I just showed up with my team needs me the most.
All right. And on the defensive side, Gary White receives the award. It sounds like you having a good game, and you're on the right track, too.
Yeah, yes, sir. I had 2 interceptions and a few tackles. You know, I took whatever I did on the field and brought it out on game day.
That's going to wrap up this edition of Sports Scene, the television show. Glad to have you with us. We'll see you next time.